we're doing things that nobody's ever done before. And our country has never done better. So we're really happy about it. And we're really happy to have Jeff on board.
Switching political sides, President Trump announced that New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew would, in fact, join the Republican Party. This after Van Drew very publicly broke with his fellow Democrats on impeachment, the big vote this week. Meanwhile, the president's re-election campaign launching a Democrats for Trump outreach to draw disaffected Dems. Campaign chair Brad Parscale saying, quote, for Democrats who feel abandoned by the socialist radicalization of their party, there is room for you on Team Trump. And we welcome you to join the movement and a president that are putting America first, end quote. Power panel slides in now. Scott Bolden, former chair of the D.C. Democratic Party. Scott, good to see you. Kayleigh McEnany is here, National Press Secretary for President Trump's re-election campaign. Great to have you both on. Kayleigh, I'm going to start with you. So you picked up a team member this week with Van Drew. Can you trust people who jump party like that?
Oh, we certainly can, and we love it when it happens. It happened with the governor of West Virginia as well, who joined the Republican Party because of President Trump, Jim Justice. So we love seeing this. We absolutely trust him. We welcome him. We welcome Democrats disillusioned across the nation. I go to all the Trump rallies in New Hampshire, New Mexico, was just in Michigan, and I can tell you, Harris, it's about every fifth person I talk to says, I came off the sidelines. I voted for the Republican Party for the first time because of President Trump. And lastly, it's why at each of our rallies, about a quarter of those who register are Democrats. The last rally, 17% who registered were Democrats showing up to support the president.
Yeah, I watch your Twitter feed. You put a lot of those people on camera so we get to directly hear from them. That seems like a big number. A quarter of the people at these rallies, because some of them are huge, Scott, registering as Democrats. What do you make of that? And is there something that is making people feel disaffected within your party?
I couldn't tell you about that, but if they want to support Donald Trump, they want to go to the GAP, have at it, and good riddance, if you will. Listen, he is a disruptor. President Trump is a disruptor, and those who are disaffected by how the media covers the Democratic Party and focuses on those who are leftists and socialists in the party, you would think that the party has been radicalized. But as a business Democrat and someone who's active with the DNC, I can tell you that the reason Joe Biden is leading in national polls as well as many state polls is because there are moderates and there are a lot more conservative and moderate Democrats than the media covers, and so that doesn't really bother me.
Scott, I got to tell you, the media gets blamed for everything these days. Now you're blaming us for Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and those who are the most progressive in your party. I'm just throwing out a few names of the previous leaders and the present ones. I'm curious about that. Kayleigh, is it enough just to blame us and the media for what's happening in the Democratic Party? They may want to look at it and say, what do we need to fix?
No, it's certainly not enough to blame the media. When you look last night, we had 3 hours of unfiltered Democrats debating without a media prism. And what we saw was Joe Biden, the self-proclaimed moderate we just heard about, say he's comfortable eliminating 100,000 or hundreds of thousands of jobs because of climate change. He literally said, yes, let's eliminate those jobs. This is extremity. It's extremity from Biden, from Bernie, from Warren. This is a party that has left behind moderate Democrats. It's unmistakable. Watch the Democrat debates. People can see it for themselves.
Scott, let me ask this in a different way. Rather than focusing on the voters, let me talk to you about those 31 Democrats, among them Van Drew, but now he's going to be a Republican, who are in districts that President Trump carried. Some of them flipped those districts. 20 of them did. And they did it based on health care. What happens with those people, with the idea that impeachment has now gone through the House? How do you help protect some of those people who the ads are running against saying, good luck in that Trump-carried district?
Well, we certainly have to financially support them. The GOP in those jurisdictions are certainly going to be pressing hard and using impeachment against those like Lucy McBath, for example, in Georgia district. And so as a result, the DNC has to step up. These candidates or these incumbents have got to defend their right choice for voting for impeachment. And they've got to keep talking about education and health care and what direction the country is going to go on. I don't believe the Democrats who are running for office in 2020 need to be harping on or continuing to focus on impeachment. You got to walk and chew gum. You do your job with impeachment, and then you've got to talk about leadership and your vision for the country, because the voters are going to walk and chew gum too.
You know what? Every Democrat I have on the program says walk and chew gum. That exact same thing. And Nancy Pelosi has a way now
from the talking points.
to hand over those articles of impeachment. That would be the walking part, I guess, and then focus on some other things, some chewing gum, which she has done with USMCA. Real quickly before we go, because I'm going to bring you back. Kaylee, why doesn't Mitch McConnell pick up USMCA at this point? Push it through.
He will. That will be pushed through, no doubt about it. But let me just say one quick thing about those 30 districts. We released an internal poll showing that in those 30 districts, voters are against impeachment by a 10-point margin, want a new elected official by an 11-point margin, and impeachment is the albatross hanging around all of those Democrats' necks that voted on it. It will be the end of their electoral fate come next year.
All right.
It'll
it's not the end of either one of you, because I'm going to bring you back
game.
in just a couple of minutes. Thank you very much. Sit tight.